Everyone, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be all about the books that I'm hoping to read this summer, aka my summer TBR. This is going to be a long video. I have a long list of books. During summer, it's usually when I read the most, but I can't contain myself. My TBR is completely excessive, and that's how we like it. I will not have time to read all of them in June, but I wanted to give you a general idea of some of the books that I'm hoping to read in the next 3 months so you can get your hands on them too if you want to read them with me. So let's start with the 2 books for the book club because we have 2 for June. The first one is a fantasy book that you picked, you chose in the poll. It was pretty close. I'm a little sad that the 2 other ones didn't win, but they will be suggested again next month because I wanted to read all 3 of them straight up, not gonna lie. I want to read all 3 this year, but this month we're going to be reading She Who Became the Sun, which is an adult fantasy. I believe it has been compared to the Popular, which I did really enjoy, so I'm looking forward to reading that one with you guys. And for the classic pick, which we had last month to read, the month of May and the month of June, I'm a little late, but I want to finally read East of Eden. Not gonna lie, very, very scared of that one. Very scared, like straight up terrified. It is chunky, but I mean, it's a classic. It's so beloved. I think part of me is scared that I'm not gonna love it as much as everyone else, or that I'm gonna struggle with it. But either way, if I hate it, I will just complain and will enjoy that. And if I love it, I will be able to also rave about this book and be like everyone else, which I'm hoping I will be. So excited, but nervous. I'm so glad we're reading it together because I don't know if I would finally ever pick it up if it weren't for the book club. I have a few really fun challenges that I'm planning on doing. Do you want to know when I'm like about to do them, or do you want the surprise? Because I never know what to do. Because for example, one of them that is supposed to happen like any minute now, I want to read some of the books that have been the longest on my physical TBR. So I look back at my first book haul years ago, like 6 years, and I picked up some of them that I have yet to read, and I will be reading them because I want to know if they are worth the hype. Like this one, I've been meaning to read this for years. Everyone seems to love it. And again, I'm kind of scared because this one is a little bit magical realism, I believe. And I want to love it. I want to love it. But at this point, there's just so much hype that part of me is like, is it worth it? And it's been on my shelves for years and I just keep forgetting about it. So it is time. I want to continue, but also finish series this year. And I will be looking at my stats in June, like, midpoint of the year, looking how I'm doing. And I already know I'm doing very poorly with that one because I think I've only finished like 1 series, and it's one that I started also this year. So like, I'm not doing great. So some of them that I'm hoping to read this summer. The first one, I'm so excited. This is book 2 in the Monk and Robot series by Becky Chambers. And this is an arc I want to give away on Goodreads. And like favorite author, getting this gorgeous, look at this. Gorgeous book. And I really enjoyed book 1. This is like super chill sci-fi. Like nothing ever compares to her style. It's very wholesome and kind of hopeful. Robots one day got up, left us to our own devices. They want nothing to do with us, and you're following a monk trying to figure out the meaning of life, and lots of tea and chill conversation, and I want to read the rest. It's coming out in July, by the way, so I'm hoping to read it in June so I could let you know if it's worth it. I'm sure it is. I also want to continue a series that I started in May because, spoiler alert, I'm enjoying it. I'm not fully done as I'm filming this, but like, I know I'm going to continue the series. So My Brilliant Friend, it's a courtlet, super popular. My friend got me this for my birthday, and I was excited because I've been meaning to read more books with complex female relationships, or friendships, I should say, and definitely complex. I need to know the rest of the story. I also need to finish the Dragon Tattoo, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo series. The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. Damn you, H's. This is the last book in the trilogy, and I don't know what is wrong with me, but I read book 1, was it last year or the year before? I'm terrible at finishing series, but I really enjoyed book 1, like loved book 1, and I enjoyed book 2, and now I want to read book 3 and see if it's worth it or not. I love this cover, but it's horrible to show on camera because it's so shiny. So mystery, I feel like everyone knows about it, but I need to finish it. Come on. Also, yes, finally, I think it's the Jade Saga by Fandali, book 2 being Jade War. I really enjoyed Jade City, a little bit to my surprise because there's like gang kind of mafia with magic, so I probably should have known I was going to like it. And I got really attached to the characters, like way more than expected, so I was really upset with book 1. And I need to read book 2, and book 3 is now out, Jade Legacy, so I need to get to that one, even though it's pretty chunky. I don't know. I don't know what is wrong with me with series. That's why it's my challenge this year to finish or continue more. So that is next. Another one that I did start this year. See, I'm really good at starting them, but just not finishing them. This had been on my shelves forever. That was also part of the challenge. I picked up book 1, The Invasion of a Tierling, which is the Queen of Tierling series. Like I said, book 1 really took me by surprise. I had forgotten I owned that, and I really, really enjoyed book 1. So I want to continue. I think what happened is that a lot of people told me that book 2 and 3 are really completely different and really hit and miss. So now I'm scared to continue, but it will happen because, again, book 1, really enjoyed it. Like a classic fantasy that I started Booktube with. Like, I don't feel like I've read that many that were like that in so long. Ooh, let's go a few that I have pre-ordered or will be reading as soon as they are out, because there's a few that are coming out this summer that are really exciting. The first one is Upgrade by Blake Crouch. I have read most of his books at this point. I think I've only not read one of his older work because older work has been more hit and miss. But Upgrade is his newest work. I've heard it's good by people that have ARCs. I am dying for one, but it's coming out in July. So as soon as I have it, I will vlog it with spoiler, the whole thing. I'll include a portion that is spoiler free as always. But I want to know, is it worth it? Like the other ones? Because Recursion and Dark Matter are like really staple recommendations. Like anyone that wants a book that they can't put down, they work for that. Also, because I never learned my lesson, this is going to be my last Riley Sager. My last one. Pinky promise to myself. The House Across the Lake, because I keep wanting to read more by him. I don't even know how many books I've read by him at this point, like 6 or 7. And I've only enjoyed the first one. But like I'm stubborn and I want to like it, but his main female characters, because he always write a main female character, they suck. His female characters just straight up suck. But I'm hopeful that this will be different. And if it's not, I will finally admit to myself that I'm done. Because I told myself that with his last book, Survive the Night, which was by far the worst one that I've read by him. And yet here we are. So, pinky promise, Emily. Also in August, it's still summer, I will be reading Babel, or The Necessity of Violence, which is the newest book by R.F. Kuang, the author of The Poppy War, and I'm dying. Dark Academia by her. Yes. 100% yes. Will read it as soon as I get my hands on it. So if it's still not on your TBR, do yourself a service, add this. After that, I think I will do a video recommending a bunch of Dark Academia because at this point I've read a couple, but I have a good feeling about that one. So I mentioned in the poll that this one didn't win. Shards of Earth, sci-fi. If it doesn't win this summer, I will probably eventually read it by myself. You can always read it with me too, but I need to read this. I've been meaning to read more Adrian Tchaikovsky for a while. I've read 4 of his books so far, and Children of Time was by far my favorite. There's a little, not real, oh, is it? No, it looks like a sticker. It's not a sticker. The best book by him that I've read, and I've been meaning to read more sci-fi. Yes, yes, aliens, please. One other one that terrifies me because I love something by the author and I haven't read anything else by her and this is her newest work and it's been hit and miss, so I don't know. But To Paradise, I love this spine, like one of my favorite spine ever. And I need to get to it. I think I've heard it's like 3 parts and like it can be a little disjointed. I don't care. It will happen. It needs to happen. I feel like the more I wait, the more I'm stressing myself. I don't know why I've been so anxious about these books. To give myself a little break eventually during the summer, I want to read some romance. I am not a romance reader, but I think I will try a second book by Emily Henry, probably Beach Reads. I feel like it's the one that the most people have recommended to me. I read Book Lovers in May and really enjoyed it, so I'm hoping this one might be better, as good. Another one that I want to try, well, it's 2. I want to read some Nicholas Sparks. I want to read these 2 books, these 2 most popular books, and then compare them to the movies and see what happens. I will choose a weekend that I'm really sappy and I'm willing to cry, and I will read the book and watch the movies and vlog it, and we'll laugh at me. I get invested more, I feel like, in movies, but I feel like I say I don't get invested in romance and it's not true, because then I vlog it and I'm like really mad whenever something like horrible happens. So I already know the stories, but I haven't read the book, so they might be better than I remember the movies being. We'll see. That will be the debate for the vlog. But yes, I will be reading The Notebook and A Walk to Remember. I've only watched the movie once as a kid, and I remember it breaking my heart. So can't wait. I feel like that's perfect for the summer. I also want to read more nonfiction this year, and I've done really well for the first half of the year, like excessively well, like more than ever. I'll talk about that again when we get to the midpoint of the year, and at the end of the year I'll do a video reviewing all of them so you can decide which ones you want to read. But a few that I'm thinking of reading, the first one is The Girls Who Went Away: The Hidden History of Women Who Surrendered Children for Adoption in the Decades Before Roe vs. Wade, which incredibly relevant right now with what's happening in the US. So I will be reading that again, hopefully this summer. I also want to try to read a few self-help books to see how they go, because I generally hate them, but a few have gotten really good reviews and I want to get into them like with an open mind and see. Like, I don't think they're going to be life-changing, but maybe they will be a little bit helpful. So I got 101 essays that will change the way you think, because that sounds not too self-helpy for me. The other one is not self-helpy. Well, it could be. Come As You Are. The Surprising New Science That Will Transform Your Sex Life, which I've heard so many great reviews about this, so I wanted to give it a chance and see how it goes for me. Also really nice, bright spine, as I like them. I have a few that are audiobooks from the library. I'm going to go through them pretty quickly because some of them I have mentioned, like Unwell Women. I've read a couple books about how women or people with uteruses are mistreated in medicine, which I went through it last year and still this year. So I definitely felt like this topic was close to my heart. So again, I will review all of them at the end of the year if you don't want to wait every month. But this one is definitely on my list. I've heard really great things. Also, Empire of Pain, which is about pain medicine. I'm currently actually listening to Dope Sick, so I feel like they're kind of similar. I'll let you know how that goes too, but I'm interested. Sex Matters, which is similar to Unwell Women. The Maid, which is a popular mystery thriller that just came out, so I want to try that one to let you know if it's worth the hype or not. I feel like mystery thrillers have not been, I haven't been lucky with them, but I'm still hopeful somehow. Ooh, I've been meaning to try the new Holly Black because I didn't really care for The Cruel Prince, but Book of Night is an adult fantasy, so I want to give that one a shot and see if it works better for me. I feel like why it's very much miss more than a hit for me lately. I just don't vibe with the ones that are really popular on Booktube, so maybe this one as an adult will work better. Also got an arc for Tomorrow by Gabrielle Zevin. I really enjoyed, of course now I can't remember the name, but I've recommended it a few times, this book, and I want to try her newest book and see if I'll enjoy more by the author. I feel like sometimes I read one book by the author and I really enjoy it, and then like I want to read more about them, but I'm scared that I'm not gonna love them. But we're just fixing that this year also. And this one, the cover is super pretty too. I'm not a cover buyer, but you know, I will read it because halfway for the cover. Okay, we're gonna finish with a couple more series that I have been meaning to continue that I need to. The first one, I'm so excited. I think it's gonna go in July or August, but I will continue the Stormlight Archive series by Brandon Sanderson because I need to read one a year. The 5th one is coming out next fall, I believe, like not 2023. There you go. So I'm trying to stretch the books. So I want to read book 3 this year, book 4 maybe beginning of last year. Really, Emily? Next year. So book 3, Oathbringer, super exciting. It's huge. It's going to take me the whole month, but I don't care. I will appreciate every second. I'm still not over book 2. The way it ended, I'm kind of traumatized. Also, Cytonic, the 3rd book in this series. I listen, what happened is that I started reading the little short stories you're supposed to read between book 2 and 3. I've read the first one. It was very, very meh, and I never got around to reading the second one, so I feel like I haven't picked up 3 because of that, the 3rd book. Apparently you don't really need to read it. I will read it and then read that. I don't know why. I was so excited when this came out and I just kind of lost interest because of the short story. Okay, last but not least, I need to continue this. The 2nd book in the Wheel of Time. I read the first one last year and a bit to my surprise, I really enjoyed it. And the series is really overwhelming. There's so many books and the hype again, but I want to continue. I think what happened is that I watched or attempted to watch a TV show and it was, what was that? Very disappointing, and I just never really continued. I attempted to, but I just wasn't really into it. So I'm gonna give it a second shot to start over. Really, I'm not gonna continue where I was at. What was that? I was 50 pages into it. I need to start over and give it a second shot. I want to see if I'm going to enjoy the series. Like, I know everyone like has like, oh, between 6 and 8 things slow down and then they pick up. I just want to know. everyone has read this, I feel like, except me. So I want to continue because we're fixing my fear of continuing series. Why is that? Do you have the same issues? Is it just me? Because I don't know why I'm like that. So these are just some of the few books that I'm really thinking about reading this summer. June, July, August. I will be doing monthly TBRs to let you know where I'm at and which ones are the next ones. But this way you can add some books to your TBR, the library waiting list. I definitely have a long list there too. And I have some really exciting challenges, which actually I'm thinking I can announce that I'm definitely going to be doing again my Pile of Shame series reading vlog. Every year I try to, for a week, to read a bunch of books that I started and never finished. I don't know why. So I need to do it again this summer. It's usually during the summer, so sheesh. No choice but to do it. And maybe one time I will redo a 1 week, 1 shelf challenge. I really like doing that one. So we'll see how things go. But I'm really, really excited. I feel like I've been reading so many really good books lately that I'm really in the mood to continue reading. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thumbs up, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section if there are any of these that I should prioritize, because that's a lot of books. I will be putting more videos on the screen that I recommend you check out. And I will see you in an upcoming video very soon. Bye.
Kiss on the cheek or love.